What, you've come for your stroke? Have you? I haven't got bread. Not at this time of the day. Hey, not at this time of the day. Tiny little stubs there on her head where horns would be, I suppose, on a ram. It's really weird. So, I've already been down to let the chickens out, but she's backing off. Picked a broody off. She's sitting on 2 eggs. Really don't need a broody before we go away. Don't need to come back and find that somebody's hatched chicks. And that's quite a possibility if they're left with other people that don't know how to. Look at these molehills, look. Molehills, nettles, those things that I hate. Embrace them. Oh, somebody was showing pictures of the almonds on their young almond tree somewhere. This is my young almond tree, but it's got no almonds on it, and it's actually quite getting on a bit now. But never mind. Oh. So it's grey. It's rained a bit, and we've got more rain, and we've got storms forecast for this afternoon. So I came down to let the chickens out, but not out, as we say. I've time travelled back in my TARDIS. TARDIS, for those that are not familiar with Doctor Who, is from a television programme called Doctor Who. And he time travels in a TARDIS. It's called a TARDIS, but it's actually an old London police telephone box that looks like an old London police telephone box. And then you get inside it, and it's, you know, it's 20 times bigger than it is on the outside. So yeah, and he time travels in it. So here I am time travelling back from Canada again. Blossom there on the Bramley. Still flowers on the japonica. So guess who didn't turn up to help with the pallet shifting yesterday? I'll give you 2 guesses. And one of them wasn't Brenda Gooder. Brenda Gooder? Oh no, Caroline Gooder. Mika did not turn up for pallet shifting. So there are some pretty spots in the middle of the nettles and the molehills and these, whatever they are, I think they're called moonflowers, and I think these are called cuckoo something. I think they're related to the allium family. So this, where is it? This and I can't see it. This and these hairy things I dislike, but they all grow prolifically. Really annoying. But there you go. Bramley apple. Blossom. So I have come back down to show you the wisteria down here that got cut back massively with the tree being felled. it's still not fantastic, but this is as good as it gets, I think, because and we've got this weather forecast today, which means, as you can see, there's already blossom dropping onto the floor. So I thought we should come and look at it and admire it before it gets knocked to pieces. But what I did notice yesterday was that it's up in another tree. So I'll just show you this. I'll go around the other side of the tree and show you. It normally looks really beautiful against blue sky, but we don't have blue sky today. There's some in there. It's so wasted down here on the chickens. They really don't appreciate it, do you? You're not coming out, sorry. Mrs. Expat here picked her up yesterday because she's been, how can I explain it? She's been very quiet and reluctant to go in, and just very, if she were human, I'd say she's a bit knocked off. And I picked her up yesterday, and she was quite easy to pick up, which also suggests that she's a bit knocked off, and she's light. And when I picked her up a couple of months ago, she was meaty around her breastbone. I could feel, she'd got some weight to her, and, she was obviously eating well. Well, she isn't now. She's hunching a bit there now. I don't know how old she is. When we got her, oh God, how many winters ago was that? 2, 3 Februaries ago, maybe. She'd come from a factory, so she was, completely, hardly any feathers, didn't know how to be a chicken, didn't know how to scratch for her food. And yes, she's closing her eyes. She's not really very well. So she probably was 2 or 3 years old then. So she's probably coming up for 6. And I don't know, every so often we think she's not well, and, she's had a good life since she's been here, la 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 la, and then she comes back and she's full of beans. So we'll see, but of course we're not going to be here to keep an eye on her, and I'm going to need to talk to the house sitters and explain to them that chickens fall off the perch. It's what they do. It's not something that you can do anything about. You just have to know that they've got food, they've got water, they're happy where they live, they've got all their needs met, and it might just be that she's coming to the end of her time. So so yeah, she's feeling light, which means that I don't think she's eating. She's closing her eyes there now. I don't know whether you can see her through the wire. It's a bit difficult because it's not focusing properly with the wire. So I'm going to go around the other side and look up at the tree, see if it shows. I could see it yesterday from my back door, looking up at the tree, the sun shining on it yesterday evening. I'm watching you. You watching me? Huh? No, you can't really see it. In the tree, behind the tree. There's 2 trees here. You've got a chestnut in the front and you've got a chestnut at the back. Well, the chestnut at the back is full of wisteria, but without the sun on it, you can't really see it. I'll see if I can get underneath it. Ida will think I'm creeping up on her coming this way. I'm not creeping up on you, honest. No, you still can't see it. Oh, you just have to trust me. Just have to trust me and know that it's very pretty. So by contrast, this is the wisteria at the front, which is way, well, it's probably about 3 weeks behind. I hope it isn't. I'm hoping it's only, I don't know, I won't say how many days, otherwise that gives the game away, doesn't it? It'll give away when we're leaving. But it's several weeks, a couple of weeks probably behind, full of flowers. It's going to look so beautiful, and I hope we're here to see it. There are some flowers, actually, and the nearer they are to the house, of course it's warmer and more protected. Different variety. It's very pretty when it comes out, much more lace-like. Might see it if we get some warm weather. We'll see. I noticed yesterday when I was looking out here that there are the grasses seeds going really well, but there are also other things coming up. The little leaves in amongst which will be they're wildflower seeds that are mixed in. We can see quite a few of them now. So they're also going to look pretty. Hopefully they'll still be here when we come back. Pallets have all gone. That's better. Still messy, but it's better. Mark overdid it yesterday. Struggled last night. I think his knees were really aching, so he didn't really settle well to sleep. Kept his wife awake, who's nearly fallen over just then, who was not impressed. So in the end he got up. I did say to him as we were going to bed, do you want some analgesic? Oh no, he doesn't take analgesic. But actually last night that would have really helped. Both of us. So there's the weather coming in. Storms forecast this afternoon. And these are flower buds on the kiwi. So there are 2 kiwi plants, one here, one there. This is male, that's female, I think. And so it's this plant that has all the fruit on it, and it will do well this year, so we'll end up with loads of kiwi, and we don't eat that much kiwi fruit. Last year it was fine because we had such a frost, we lost the blossom. But this year it's going to be prolific, I think. Okay, hope you have a good Sunday.